I'm Brittany Kastner. I am going to do a review of the National Education Policy Center, also known as the NEPC. The NEPC is a university research center housed at the University of Colorado Boulder in the School of Education. They sponsor research, produce policy briefs, publish expert third-party reviews of think tank reports, focus on producing and disseminating research to inform education policy, and they are home to the Education Policy Alliance, which is a nationwide network of university-based research centers and organizations involved in education policy research. Funding is provided by tax-deductible private donations made through the University of Colorado Foundation. They also have contracts, receive grants, direct or indirect funding from organizations including the Ford Foundation, the Great Lakes Center for Education Research and Practice, the National Education Association, the Atlantic Philanthropies, the American Federation of Teachers, the Nellie Mae Foundation, the Stewart Foundation, the National Public Education Support Fund, and the NEA Foundation, as well as memberships for people who want to read their articles. The organizational purpose and mission. The mission, according to their website, of the National Education Policy Center is to provide high quality information in support of democratic deliberation about education policy. They're guided by the belief that the democratic governance of public education is strengthened when policies are based on sound evidence and support a multiracial society that is inclusive, kind, and just. They sponsor research by supporting various research projects on relevant education policy topics. They produce policy briefs by creating concise summaries of research findings to inform policymakers and the public. They publish expert third policy reviews by providing critical evaluations of reports and analysis from other organizations, such as think tanks. They use the guiding principle for the NEPC believes that sound education policies are essential for strengthening the democratic governance of public education. Policy topics that they have published in the last 2 years include information on testing, student behavior and discipline, education savings accounts, also known as ESAs, school funding and the voucher systems, information regarding how the voucher systems are impacting public school funding, school segregation and educational opportunity based on neighborhoods, the access and misuse of 504 plans, consumer-related school rating system implications for educational equality, and provides recommendations to minimize potential harms within those school voucher systems. What do they polish? Policy analysis, research reports. Their political stance is nonpartisan and uses evidence-based decision-making to inform public education reform. They also publish data reports are based on exact data through research, often outlined in the Department of Education school data. For example, when researching the effectiveness of school choice, the number of students who receive school choice is analyzed along with prospective test scores. Lots of data goes into the research they are publishing. Credibility. The organization is considered a credible source with peer-reviewed articles. The NEPC does produce scholarly sources that can be used in the EDSI capstone project. It produces evidence-based peer-reviewed resources. However, one bias to look out for will be the funding sources for the research. So researchers need to remember these biases when and using the article within their writings. This has been my review of the NEPC. Thank you.